you so motherfucking better than any of the other sanctioned bodies? Huh? Answer that question. What makes you better than the WBO, the IBF, or the WBA?
For over 3 years, is stripping Shakur Stevenson within 2 days after he won a new title.
Shakur Stevenson blasts WBC and responds to being stripped of a £135 title. This is a bit wild. It's a bit wild. And the reason it's a bit wild, so many different reasons actually, but one of the biggest reasons is that Shakur has always said, I want to go up to fight Tio, but I want to come back down to 135. So
Shakur Stevenson has officially sued the WBC after being stripped of his title, taking a firm stand against their unfair $100,000 sanctioning fee. This move shows he will not be bullied by politics or greed, sending a clear message that fighters' rights and integrity matter more than arbitrary rules from the sanctioning body.
You ain't stepping your motherfucking ass in that ring. You were nobody else. You were nobody else. So why should I have to pay to carry?
Jeff Mayweather raises a strong point, highlighting that sanctioning fees have become a ridiculous burden. Fighters like Shakur Stevenson and Terence Crawford are proving that the belt alone does not define a fighter's worth. It's about legacy and respect, not lining the pockets of an organization that clearly prioritizes money over fighters.
Yeah, when sanctioning fees become that high, I think, yeah, there's going to be more fighters that's going to get rid of belts, just like Terence and Shakur did. Because, I mean, the thing is this, is that the belt really doesn't justify who you are.
Right.
It justifies the fact that there's an organization that...
Ade Oladipo points out Shakur Stevenson's fearless approach, showing he won't be bullied by the WBC. Being asked to pay $100,000 just to keep a belt he earned is outrageous. Shakur's willingness to call them out publicly proves he's mentally tough and refuses to let a corrupt system dictate his career.
Shakur Stevenson is one of the biggest names in boxing. And the thing about Shakur as well, you piss him off, this guy will go straight to social media and make it known that he's pissed off. And that's what he's done. He's made it known what the WBC are wanting, or wanted for him, or from him, sorry, which was $100,000.
Terence Crawford's words hit hard as he exposes the hypocrisy of the WBC. Fighters pay hefty fees for belts that are supposed to honor them, yet the organization acts like they're doing a favor. Crawford's blunt criticism shows that even top fighters see through the corruption. Shakur is right to challenge this absurd system and fight back legally against the WBC's greed.
Y'all be having so much taxes on these belts. You got some nerves. It's crazy that you can sit up there and have all these belts. You know, you got the WBC silver, the WBA intern, the whatever belt y'all got, and you taxing these fighters every time they fight, and you claim that you for these fighters. You're not for these fighters. You probably worse than the promoters.
Liam Goff exposes the absurdity of the WBC's actions. Shakur never defended their title, yet they demand $100,000 as if they have authority. The audacity of this organization is unbelievable. Shakur refusing to pay and calling them out publicly is the only way to hold these criminals accountable. Fans see that he is standing up for fighters everywhere.
Stevenson took to X to slam the WBC's decision later Wednesday, alleging that he was stripped because of a $100,000 fee he did not pay for the WBC for the Lopez fight. Before I carry on, Shakur Stevenson was not defending his lightweight title. Shakur Stevenson was fighting for the WBO, the World Boxing Organization, not the World Boxing Council. Therefore, why on earth are they trying to slap him with a sanctioning fee for a bout that they are not sanctioning? And Mauricio Sullivan, you know, oh boy, he makes my blood boil, that guy. He wrote the following: $100K to some crooks who don't deserve it. He went on to write, the WBC didn't even have something to do with this fight, and it's eating them alive. Take your belt, it don't make me.
Showbiz the Adult highlights the pure inconsistency and politics in boxing sanctioning bodies. Shakur's punishment is arbitrary, while others are given exceptions. The WBC clearly plays favorites and punishes Shakur for no valid reason. His decision to fight and then return to his weight class was always transparent, yet they try to cash in. Shakur's stand exposes this corruption to the world. Believable. Shakur refusing to pay and calling them out publicly is the only way to hold these criminals accountable. Fans see that he is standing up for fighters everywhere.
Now, with him being stripped of the WBC title, they stripped him for a reason that they felt like stripping him. But it's not a consistent reason for any of the titles. The IBF they stripped Terrence Crawford. It's all politics, right? They strip you for the reason that they feel. Now, the funny thing about Shakur Stevenson is he said, I'll be going back to 135. A lot of times, sanctioning bodies make exceptions for a fighter doing something great and doing something fantastic. Let me go up Canelo Alvarez. Let me go up and fight Kovalev. When I come back, right, I'm going to come back, I promise. He comes back and he's still the champion. That's what happened. Shakur Stevenson went up, fought Teofimo. He has always said, I'll be going back down to 135. He said that many times.
Ariel Hawani captures the absurdity perfectly. Shakur Stevenson is being punished for refusing to pay a fee that benefits the WBC, not the fighters. It's a ridiculous system designed to profit from athletes. Standing up and challenging this injustice legally is exactly what Shakur needed to do. No fighter should be bullied like this for chasing their career legitimately.
WBC convention over in Bangkok announcing that they are stripping him because Terrence Crawford has not paid his dues. That's what you have to do. You have to pay the sanctioning bodies. And this is what TKO is saying. Why do you have to pay them? Don't pay them. Don't adhere to their crazy rule.
Jeff Mayweather pulls no punches as he calls out the WBC for their alleged hypocrisy. Claiming to help fighters while lining their own pockets, they continually create rules that punish athletes like Shakur Stevenson. The world is starting to see that these sanctioning bodies operate more for profit than for the sport or its fighters. Shakur's lawsuit is not just about his belt. It's about exposing an entire corrupt system that has been exploiting boxers under the guise of prestige. Standing up to them is brave and necessary, and Shakur is leading the charge.
Page is in the description. Please give it a follow. I do want it to grow, and yeah, we'll see where it goes, but I do want to kind of chuck as much at this as possible. All right, let's have a look and see what there is to talk about today. I have done videos already about Wilder's outburst in the TalkSport studios of Simon Jordan. I did a video about my thoughts on sitting down with Wilder and Chisora. Those videos are already up, so go and check those videos out. So no Wilder or Chisora chat on this video. There are
Floyd Mayweather breaks down the insane bureaucracy behind boxing belts. Shakur Stevenson is being forced to pay ridiculous fees simply for winning, yet these fees serve no purpose beyond lining the pockets of the WBC. This system discourages fighters and undermines the sport. Shakur refusing to comply and taking legal action shows not only courage but a commitment to fairness. He is challenging a decades-old practice that treats athletes as revenue streams rather than champions. His fight against the WBC is a battle for every boxer's rights, and fans everywhere should rally behind him.
For every belt that you win, there's a sanctioning fee. So now if a fighter wins an interim belt, he has to pay a sanctioning fee. If a fighter has just the regular belt, he has to pay a sanctioning fee. Then if a fighter is a super champion, then he has to pay a sanctioning fee. This is not good for the sport of...
Dave Coldwell exposes the corruption that has plagued boxing for decades. The WBC demanding money from Shakur Stevenson while acting as if their belts are sacred is blatant hypocrisy. These organizations profit from fighters, yet treat them with disdain. Shakur challenging them legally is a bold statement that this is unacceptable. He's not just protecting his belt but the dignity of every athlete forced to bow to greedy sanctioning bodies. This case shines a spotlight on the systemic issues in boxing, and Shakur is at the forefront of holding these criminals accountable. Fans can't ignore this fight.
You can't have it one way and then say it's a prestigious belt that the fighter should pay X amount of their purse for, when you are actually treating the sport and you're treating fighters with disdain and
Spencer Oliver makes a solid point highlighting the contrast between the WBC and the Ring magazine. Shakur Stevenson's refusal to pay the WBC feels justified when other prestigious titles demand nothing. This shows the WBC prioritizes profit over respect for fighters. Shakur's lawsuit is not just a personal battle, it's a symbolic stand for integrity in boxing. Fans are starting to question why champions are exploited for revenue while their skill and legacy are supposed to be the focus. Shakur's actions might just inspire reform in a sport long dominated by greed and inconsistency.
Don't tell me he's not paid the WBC sanctioning fees before, because he must have. But now what he's saying is, I don't want to pay that because I want to, the Ring magazine are the ones that have got it right. The Ring magazine obviously is one of the most historic belts and considered the #1 of the 4 belts.
The WBC president tries to justify stripping Shakur Stevenson, but it reads like an excuse rather than leadership. Shakur's refusal to pay is principled, not rebellious. This statement shows the organization cares more about obedience and money than fairness. Shakur taking them to court is a stand for every fighter who has been exploited by these outdated, greedy rules. Fans can see the corruption clearly now. His legal battle isn't just about one belt, it's about forcing accountability in a sport where the champions are supposed to be celebrated, not extorted.
Him and showed him what the WBC does. We cannot do anything else, and it was his decision. He decided not to abide by the rules, and we were led with no other solution or position but to take that action.
Keyshawn Davis breaks down Shakur Stevenson's dominance in the ring with pure admiration. Every punch, every movement is calculated, and Teo Flores is left completely outclassed. Shakur isn't just winning fights. He's sending a message that he doesn't need to bow to sanctioning body corruption to prove his worth. The effortless display of skill against Teo proves that the WBC's attempt to strip him is laughable. He's a fighter performing at the highest level, calling out other top talent, and building a legacy that no belt can define. This is exactly why he refused to comply with their ridiculous $100,000 fee. Shakur is showing that talent, hard work, and strategic brilliance outweigh outdated bureaucratic demands. His actions inspire other fighters to challenge unfair practices, and every fan watching can see a fighter unafraid to stand up for what's right while dominating inside the ring.
Backstage, bro, I'm just going crazy. Like, oh, he beat him up. It's easy work. Like, he's beating Teo up. Like, it's not even a close fight. You know what I'm saying? So, I was just happy for him. Super happy for him.
Man, he called out Conor Ben. You guys both trying to maybe co-main and main event in the UK with all these UK guys?
Hey, man, how big this event was, bro. Like, I ain't tripping. Let's do it. Like,
Gareth A. Davies calls for logic and fairness, underlining the chaos Shakur Stevenson is fighting against. When one sanctioning body can demand exorbitant fees while others do not, it exposes the inconsistency and greed that has plagued boxing for decades. Shakur's lawsuit isn't just a personal fight, it's about demanding reform, fairness, and transparency. He's refusing to play by a corrupt system that rewards bureaucracy over skill. Fans should rally behind him because every fighter subjected to these fees is impacted, and the WBC has consistently abused its authority. Shakur has the courage to challenge a multi-billion-dollar organization while maintaining his focus and dominance in the ring. His actions highlight the absurdity of sanctioning fees, and his willingness to stand up sets a precedent for accountability. This isn't just legal action, it's a moral stand for boxing's integrity and the fighters who define it.
I do agree with him. Why should one sanctioning body be allowed to charge more than another sanctioning body? They should all be brought in line. It should be homogenous, in my view, and there should be a certain fee, and there should be
The Wade concept perfectly dissects Shakur Stevenson's ring intelligence against Teofimo Lopez. His jab and footwork effectively neutralized a dangerous opponent, leaving Teofimo frustrated and unable to execute his strategy. Shakur's ability to control distance, dictate the pace, and force opponents to fight his fight is a testament to his technical brilliance. It's exactly why the WBC stripping him is absurd. Here is a fighter proving his supremacy through skill and preparation, yet the governing body wants to punish him for refusing to pay unnecessary fees. Shakur's dominance in the ring contrasts starkly with the incompetence and greed of the sanctioning body. Fans watching can see a boxer not only executing a masterclass, but simultaneously challenging an outdated system. Every jab, feint, and step showcases why Shakur deserves respect and recognition beyond bureaucratic titles. He embodies the perfect balance of skill, intelligence, and moral courage in boxing.
In real trouble getting to Shakur Stevenson. He could not get past the lead hand. The jab was stifling him. He was having trouble cutting the ring. He was having trouble getting to the outside foot. This was an orthodox southpaw matchup where Teofimo needed to step to his left to try to push the lead hand away, or at least get head off center line if he wanted to throw his right hand. Instead, he was doing the opposite, and Shakur was...
Ade Oladipo highlights the complete dominance Shakur Stevenson displayed over Teo Flores. Shakur's technical skill, timing, and tactical intelligence allowed him to control both the front and back foot exchanges with ease. It's not just physical superiority, it's a mental game, showing why the WBC stripping him is utterly unjust. A fighter who can outbox and dominate opponents, this completely should not be penalized for refusing to comply with corrupt financial demands. Shakur's ring performances validate his stance, proving that the belt alone does not define a champion. Fans watching can appreciate a fighter who combines beauty, precision, and intelligence in every movement. His dominance sends a clear message: the WBC cannot diminish his legacy or skill. Shakur is leading by example, showing that principles and excellence inside the ring are worth more than bureaucratic titles or financial exploitation.
He was a big, strong guy, and Shakur just bullied him. Bullied him, outboxed him on the back foot, outboxed him on the front foot. Every time Teo came in and kind of tripped himself, going over his front foot, the punches and bunches and just the single shots were just beautiful from Shakur Stevenson.
Shakur Stevenson's battle with the WBC isn't just about a belt. It's about standing up to an outdated and corrupt system that has long exploited fighters. He's proven time and again inside the ring that his talent, skill, and intelligence make him a true champion, outclassing opponents like Teofimo Lopez and showing precision, timing, and ring generalship that leave fans in awe. The WBC's stripping of his title over a $100,000 fee is an insult to his legacy and the sport itself, and Shakur's lawsuit sends a powerful message that fighters will no longer tolerate arbitrary demands. Mentally, Shakur has the edge. He's focused, disciplined, and unafraid to challenge authority while dominating every fight in front of him. Should he win this legal battle, it will redefine how fighters are treated and cement his place as one of boxing's most principled stars. If the WBC somehow prevails, it will only fuel outrage among fans and expose the governing body's greed and inconsistency. Boxing deserves fairness, and Shakur is leading the charge. Backhand index pointing right, are you backing Shakur Stevenson? Or is the WBC pulling the upset? Drop your thoughts below.